qualitative data collection. The first is about identify our participant and sites. It means that in identify our participant and sites, the researcher identify our participant and sites on purposeful sampling based on the places and people that can help us to know about our phenomenon. And then the next is about the gain access. Gain access, we can call the and research access is about the how we interview the our participant. And then the next is about the type of data collection. In type data collection, there are many types we can use, like open-ended question, questionnaire, interview, and document. And then the fourth is about the develop the data collection form. Then develop data collection form is about the how to we collect the data, like record the information based on our phenomenon. And then the last is about the ethical manner. We can say that about the ethical issues. Okay, the next is about different random sampling and purposeful sampling. There are two differences. The first is about random qualitative sampling. It is to select representative individuals. And then the aim of random qualitative sampling is to generalize from sample to the population, to make claims about the population, to build or test theories that explain the population. And then the next is about the purposeful qualitative sampling. This is select people or sites who can best help us understand our phenomenon to develop a detailed understanding that might provide usable information, might help people to learn about the phenomenon, and then the last is that might give voice to silent people. And then the next is about the types of purposeful sampling. There are two types. The first is before data collection, and then the next is after data collection. In before data collection, there are 6 types. The first is about the maximal variation. It is in this maximal variation sampling is to develop many perspectives. And then the next is about the critical sampling. In critical sampling is to describe a case that illustrates dramatically the situation. It means that when we collect the data, maybe you can use the dramatically in this situation or this case. And then the next is about the extreme case sampling, to describe particularly troublesome or enlightening cases. And then the next is about homogeneous sampling. It is to describe some subgroup in depth. It means that in subgroup like campuses or a company. And then the next is about the typical sampling. It is to describe what is typical to choose unfamiliar with this case. And then the next is about the theory of concept sampling. It is about the theory about the expert. And then after the data collection, we do the third types. The first is opportunity sampling. It is about the how to we get the advantages from our sample. And then confirming and disconfirming sampling. It is to explore confirming or disconfirming sampling. And the last is about the snowball sampling. This to locate people or sites to the study. And then the next is about sample size or number of research sites. The first is about, not the first, but the aim is to study a few individuals or a few cases. And the next is study a single individual or a single site. Okay, the next is about the permission that are needed. There are two. The first, gain permission from institutional review board. This is about the such as a company. And then gain permission from gatekeepers at the research sites. There are two. The first, gatekeepers are individuals at the site who provide site access, help researchers locate people and identify place to study. We can choose our located or the people. And then the next is about the gatekeeper may require written information about the project. The next is about the gatekeepers again. Is this about the individual who has an official or unofficial role at the site, provides entrance to a site, help researchers locate people, and assist in the identification of places to the study. There are such as information from the gatekeepers you can see from my slideshow. Okay, the next type of qualitative data. There are 4 types. The first is observation. In observation, we conducting an observation as participant and observer. And then interviews and questionnaire. This conduct an unstructured, open-ended interview and take interviews not. And then the second, conduct an unstructured, open-ended interview, audio tape the interview and transcribe it. And then third is about the document. Keep a journal during the research study. Have participants keep a journal or diary during the research study. And then the last is about the audio-visual material. This is about the form and type definition of our type of the collection data. The first is observation. The type of data is field notes and drawing. Definition: unstructured text data and pictures taken during observation by the researchers. And then the next is about interviews and questionnaires. Type of the data: transcript of open-ended interviews, open-ended questions, or questionnaires. And then the definition of the type: unstructured text data obtained from transcribing audio tapes of interview or by transcribing open-ended responses to questions on questionnaires. And the last is documents. You can see from my slideshow. Okay, the first is about the observation rules. There are 3 rules. The first, rule of a participant observe, and then rule of non-participant observe, and then changing observational rules. In rule of participant observe is about a rule adopted by researchers when they take part in activities in the setting they observe. In rule non-participant observe, it is about our visit, site, and record notes without becoming involved in the activities of the participant. And then the next is about the changing observational rules. It is the one where researchers adapt their rule to their situation. This is the process of observation. observing. You can see from my slideshow. Okay, the next is about the interview. In interview, there are 5 types. The first is one-on-one interview. It means that the people, the researcher, do the collecting data one by one, face to face. And then focus group interview. It means that maybe they can taking the collecting data with a group or in campus. And then telephone interviews. They can use the telephone to collecting the data. And then email interviews. They can open-ended the question based on the email. And then open-ended question or questionnaires. It is the researcher do the collecting data, like give the questionnaire to the their observe. This is about the conducting interviews. And the next is about the documents. The document consists of public and private. Like public might be like in campus, private like in a company. And then audio-visual materials. Collecting the audio-visual materials determine what visual materials can provide information to answer research questions and how that material might augment existing form of the data, such as interviews or observation. And then identify the visual material available and obtain permission to use it. And then the next is check the accuracy and authenticity of the visual materials if you do not record it yourself. And then the last, collect the data and organize it. And then the next is about the procedure to collect the data using protocol. Using protocol is last is about the interview with our focus on with public or private. And then development and design of interview protocol. You can design your question like questionnaires, audio, or etc. and observational protocol. And then the next is about the field and technical issues. There are 2 field issues. There are 6 types. The first is observation, interviews, documents, journals, and audiovisual materials. And then the last is about the ethical issues. In ethical issues, in gathering data for qualitative projects, the researcher seeks an in-depth description of the phenomenon, and then participants may be asked to discuss private details of their life experiences over a period of time. Okay? Thank you for your attention. Any questions, comments, or suggestions?